Hey everybody, Rich Lovell with the Vacaville Baseball Barn, Master Instructor of the Epstein Hitting System and Online Hitting Academy. If you haven't done so, hit the notifications button to receive future videos and subscribe. Give a thumbs up at the end of the video if you like the video. Any questions or comments are always welcome as well. So I did a video, maybe it's a couple of years ago now, maybe it's 3 years ago, but it was basically what's the #1 hitting flaw of younger hitters? And everyone that knows me knows that we talk a lot about bat drag, trying to get the player not to allow this elbow to get out in front of the knob, which caused the barrel to dump back there. And you know that we differentiate between technique and style. And what I'm going to talk about today, I don't know if I'd necessarily say it's style, I don't know if I'd necessarily say it's technique, and maybe it's a combination of the two, but it maybe lays a little bit more towards technique. And that would be sequence. I think sequence is probably the biggest hitting flaw, if you want to call it that, even bigger than bat drag, because sequence will set up whether the player actually allows that elbow to get in front or not. And what do I mean by that? Let's review sequence real quick. And if I think about it, if I take a stride and I land in the launch position, this is where the swing begins for us. You know, some people may differ from that, that's fine. But this is really where the swing begins. This back here, different guys do different things, you know? I mean, you have all kinds of stuff. But once they get here, and they're getting ready to launch that swing, everything begins to work. And let's go through this a little bit slow at first, and then I'll tell you why I think this is probably the bigger hitting flaw than even bat drag. If I think about this, my front heel lands, I'm trying to, whether I go onto the toe and then into the heel or just flat-footed, I'm trying to generate ground force there, ground reaction force. That energy is going to come out, up through my body and out my hands. But it's got to start somewhere, right? Lower body, back knee initiates, my hips begin to turn or open up, and then that has an effect of pulling my body through. So it goes knees, feet, hips, then core, chest, back, shoulders, arms, hands, barrel goes through. Now, if you've got a player that's landing like this, and this elbow starts getting out front, or they're like this, and they're closing these elbows together, that's the sequence part. If they can just work this sequence here, that will set up everything. And that even goes back to a video I've done before, what's the most important position? And I say launch, because it's like the foundation of a house, it begins everything. And from right here, that sequence begins. And as I go through and finish up into my power V and going around to finish, if I can do that and think feet, knees, hips, core, chest, back, shoulders, arms, hands, and bat, I should work it out pretty good. Do that slow motion. Work it, work it, work it, work it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Don't forget or remember to subscribe, hit the notifications button, and give a thumbs up if you like the video.